So another product we had, great for after workouts, is the Hemp FORCE. And this is one that I'm really kind of proud of because a lot of these, it's a lot of research on PubMed, it's a lot of scientific diligence. With the Hemp FORCE, I looked at what the hemp protein could do. Great, great amino acid profile, had all the amino acids covered, complete spectrum. And it also had a lot of omega fatty acids, so I knew I liked it there. And it's hemp, which is kind of awesome as well. And two compounds inside the Hemp FORCE, edestin and albumin, are two of the compounds in human muscle. So the reports were that it was very digestible. So I got to work, I said, man, this is a great protein, but it tastes awful. So I got to work in my kitchen and I got some cocoa, I got some maca, I got some stevia, and I had the hemp, and I had the seeds. And I just started mixing stuff around. And I was like, no, it still tastes terrible, terrible, terrible. And then one batch came out. And I was like, oh man, I think I got something here. I think I got something. And I got really excited. I was running around the house. I was making neighbors try it. I was like, what do you think of this? And that's really the birth of Hemp FORCE.
Stevia is so tricky because it's so strong. For folks who've never tried it, I've offered it to people in their coffee, and they take like a whole tablespoonful and they throw it in there like they would with sugar. I'm like, you might as well just throw that coffee away. Like, you're not going to want to drink it because it's just going to be nasty. You need like the tiniest amount in a cup of coffee, like a pinch. Yeah. It's so strong. And the beautiful thing about it is it's really sweet, but with none of the effects of sugar. So when you have a serving of Hemp FORCE protein, you're getting 1 gram of sugar, which is incredible. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's just natural sugars.
Yep.
It's beautiful.
And the ability to just digest it and go on and not have to not feel like you just put a little brick in your stomach.
Yeah,
it's really one of the things that people like.
I find that to be the easiest, most digestible form of protein. Unfortunately, although it's legal to sell, it's not quite legal to grow in this country yet, so we have to go through all this weirdness and buy it from Canada.
Yeah, import it in from Canada. The times are changing.
Yeah, they are changing, allegedly, but I don't want to be the first guy to be opening up a hemp farm, and then the jackbooted thugs knock down your door with machine guns.
Not us either, but I do appreciate all the emails from people wanting Onnit to open up a hemp farm. Maybe in the future.
Yeah, believe me, if we move to a less totalitarian regime and they figure out a way to let people grow a plant that, by the way, has no psychoactive effects whatsoever, which is one of the tests, one of the things that people ask me about Hemp FORCE, like, if I have to test for drugs at work, will I test positive? Absolutely not. You will not test positive. There's 0 THC in hemp. But if you eat poppy seed bagels, you can test positive for heroin. So be aware of that. That's how goofy these tests are. A trace amount will show up of poppy,
Every batch that comes across the border from Canada has to get tested for THC.
Yes.
So we make sure that that's all clean there.
It's a fascinating thing that we live in these times where this plant is illegal to grow in this country. It's illegal for farmers to grow, but it's legal to import. It's very distorted and very trippy, but for the time being, we have to import it. We import the highest quality hemp. There's a big difference between the kind of hemp that we use and the hemp protein that you can get if you buy like really cheap versions of it. You can buy cheaper hemp, but we made a really conscious decision to use the highest quality stuff. It's much finer, much easier to digest, and it's much higher in protein.
Absolutely.